Daf Hashavua, Daf Dalet Amud Aleph. We're way ahead. Next week's Amid's Daf Dalet. Baruch Hashem. This way when we lose days, we'll be okay. Says the Gemara on bottom. We just got finished up saying that the halacha l'Moshe Sinai says that you can't do any malacha before Shvius for 30 days. Beis Shammai, Beis Hillel pulled that back and made a siyag, watched over that deraisa to say that it goes from Pesach and Shavuos. And then the Bez and Rav Gamil was mevatel that. Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Says the Gemara. Yeah, that's the last thing. And the halacha Mishum Sinai is 30 days. So, are you going to tell me that the last 30 days before Shvius is halacha Mishum Sinai that you can't do work? We have a basa b'char shuvekatzer tishbais. It says by Shabbos that b'char shuvekatzer tishbais that you have to keep the land quiet from not doing plowing and ksir, or 4 lines from the bottom on Gimel Amud Beis. So what do you do with that pasuk? It's an extra pasuk. Rabbi Akiva says, "Ein tzarich leimachar shvekatzer shel shvius." You don't need it to tell us that you can't do plowing and cutting. Sharei kfar nemar, it already says in the pasuk, "Sad chalei sizra, v'karma chalei sizmar." It says by shvius that you shouldn't sow your land, your field, v'karma chalei sizmar. You shouldn't prune your vineyard. And then the pasuk goes on, explains Taisvis. I'm reading Taisus, the bottom Taisus. You shouldn't cut the aftergrowth, right? So you see Ktsira right there. It says you shouldn't cut. So therefore, when the pasuk is Bachar Shuba Katzir, the Ktsira of that pasuk is extra. Now Taisus explains, he has a kasha and he explains, even though the Charish is not extra, but whatever we're using the Ketzira for, that's what the Harish is going to come for, because it's all in the same pasuk. So therefore, says the Gemara last line, rather, the Harisha we're answering in the pasuk is the Harisha of Erev Shvius that goes into Shvius, those 30 days. Uketzira, which happens at the end of the year, Uketzir, and the cutting, the reaping of the harvest, that is the whatever grew on Shvius, either by itself or in a way that you shouldn't have grown it, but whatever was grown on Shvius, the Katzah shel Shvius, Yatzel Matzai Shvius, that anything that grew on Shvius that you cut on Matzai Shvius in the 8th year, that would be Asur. That's what it's coming to teach us. So you see that it's not halacha l'Moshe Sinai that 30 days before Shvius it's Asur. It's a pasuk that says straight out that we're learning Charash shel Erev Shvius Shenichas Shvius, that it's a pasuk that tells us 30 days are Asur. Now we just continue the brayso. Rabbi Shmuel says we learn a different thing from this pasuk. Macharish rishus af katzer rishus. The only thing that's asur on Shvius is anything that's a rishus. That you don't have to do. That just like charish is always a rishus. There's never a mitzvah of charisha anywhere. Even when you're doing it from a mitzvah, it's not the actual mitzvah. It's before the mitzvah. The plowing is never the mitzvah. So macharish rishus af katzer rishus. So too reaping. The only time it's also have anything to do with shvius, that's when you cut it for a rishus, not for a mitzvah. But yatzak sira aimer. But if you're cutting for a mitzvah, mitzvah, the cutting of the aimer, there's a special mitzvah to cut the aimer. Even if you have aimer that's cut, there's a special mitzvah to cut it. That cutting will be mutter even during shvius. That's what Rabbi Shmuel learns. But anyway, from the first Tana, Rabbi Akiva, we learn that it's a pasuk that says that the 30 days are so not a lech l'mishmi sin elam Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. So Rav Nachman Yitzchak says ki gemiri hilchasa l'mishri yalda, that really the halach l'mishmi Sinai is only mattering the saplings, the young trees that need it. But where do you know that the other trees is usher? Before the Gemara learned that as an obvious fact that only the new trees are mutter, but the old trees are going to be usher. Here the Gemara is saying no. The halach l'mishmi Sinai is only telling us that the young trees are mutter. Kroi, the pasuk l'meisa zakina is coming to say that the old trees, that's going to have the Isser 30 days before Shvius. You can't do it. On that, ask the Gemara an obvious question. Even the Ilsa l'mishri yolda, once halacha Moshe Sinai is mattering, is saying you could plow for the young trees, lav memela zakena asira. Isn't it obvious that automatically we would know zakena asira? You don't need a pasuk for that. Ella says the Gemara Hilchos Rabbi Yishmael. You're right. The halacha l'Moshe Sinai is you only need it according to Rabbi Yishmael. And Kroi Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva doesn't learn the halacha l'Moshe Sinai. Rabbi Akiva does learn the halacha l'Moshe Sinai. Rabbi Yishmael does. Rabbi Akiva doesn't. So Rabbi Yishmael has halacha l'Moshe Sinai. So this pasuk of V'charish v'katzir uses for something else to tell us that that mitzvah is cutting for a mitzvah is mutter. Rabbi Akiva, who doesn't learn the halacha l'Moshe Sinai, so he learns from V'charish v'katzir tishbais the halacha of 30 days before Yantiv that it's also. Amar Kroi Rabbi Akiva. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yochanan Amar, a different shot. Until now we said that Rabbi Gamliel. Just 1 second for the question. I don't know if I want to add a point. The Gemara's question was that it's a pasuk. It's not halacha l'Moshe Sinai. So since it's a pasuk, that means the halacha l'Moshe Sinai is obviously allowing us saying that it's usher even from Pesach and Shavuos. So it has nothing to do with Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. So Rabbi Gamliel's bezdin was a Rabbi Gamliel. So therefore, Rabbi Gamliel's bezdin couldn't have mattered that. We learned the whole time they mattered it because it was done by the Beis Shammai Beis Hillel's bezdin, made it usher from Pesach and Shavuos, and Rabbi Gamliel's bezdin made it mutter. But now we're saying that there's a pasuk of 30 days is usher, and that means that halacha l'Moshe Sinai would have been to tell us that it's usher even earlier. And then Rabbi Gamliel's bezdin couldn't have done that. So now the Gemara answers that no, it's all in 30 days. The bezdin either al halacha l'Moshe Sinai or a pasuk, and the bezdin of Beis Shammai Beis Hillel made it usher from before, from Pesach and Shavuos. On that, Rabbi Gamliel's bezdin made it mutter. Now Rabbi Yochanan is saying something different. Amar Rabbi Gamliel, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Amar Rabbi Gamliel Beis Dinai. Sorry, I started. Amar Rabbi Gamliel. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 lines down on Dalet and Aleph in the corner. There's the copies are right there in the corner. Perfect timing because we're going to have a different shot. Yesterday we learned that Rabbi Gamliel's bezdin made it that whatever Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel did made it usher from Pesach and Shavuos. They said it's mutter, but that would only be till 30 days. But for 30 days till Shvius, that for sure will be usher. Says the Gemara, Amar Gamliel, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Amar Rabbi Gamliel, Beis Dinim Deiraisa Batalei. They are mavatal even the Deiraisa. My timer, how could they be mavatal even the 30 days of the Deiraisa? Gomer Shabbos mi Shabbos Bereishis. They learn Gzeir Shava of Shabbos from Shabbos Bereishis, from the Shabbos and Bereishis. Malalan, because it says Shabbos by both. Malalan he asur l'fanei lachra, just like by Shabbos Bereishis. Malach is only asur on Shabbos, but before Shabbos it's mutter, and after Shabbos it's mutter. Afkan, so too by Shvius, he asur l'fanei lachra. Oh, to go. No, you're right. Okay, we've done 2 minutes. Afkan he asur l'fanei lachra. So too it's asur. I'm scared you're not going to get. You're good? Okay, fine. Afkan he asur l'fanei lachra. So too by Shvius, it's asur beforehand and afterhand. It's asur. I'm sorry. He has afkan. He has surah. It's asur, but l'fanei lachra mutarim. It's going to be mutter before and after. Just like by Shabbos, it's asur on Shabbos and it's mutter before Shabbos and after Shabbos. So too by Shvius, it's going to be asur on Shvius, but it's going to be mutter before Shvius and after Shvius. Ask Taisus an obvious kasha. He asks that what do you mean? Even on Shabbos, you need Taisus Shabbos. You have to add a little before and after Shabbos. Taisus says that's that of course, but that's not so much that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the 30 days. So that even you would need on Shvius without the pasuk, you need a little bit before and after. We're talking about a big chunk of time. Maskor Ravashi has an obvious kasha, and with that we'll end. 60 seconds. Mandamar Hilchasa Asik Zer Shava Akri Hilchasa. According to Rabbi Shmuel, that's halacha l'Moshe Sinai that you can't do work 30 days before. You're allowed to have a Gzer Shava that uproots a halacha l'Moshe Sinai. It's impossible. Halacha l'Moshe Sinai comes from it's impossible. You can't do that. You can't have a Gzer Shava that uproots that. It came from our Sinai, right? Umandam akra asik zer shava akra, and the one that says it's a pasuk, could Gzer Shava come and uproot a pasuk? Elam Ravashi, rather Ravashi says Rabbi Gamliel Beis Din Savar like Rabbi Shmuel. Very nice that Rabbi Gamliel and Beis Din are going to hold like Rabbi Shmuel. Damar Hilchasa Mirila that holds its halacha l'Moshe Sinai the 30 days before you can't do work. V'chi gemiri hilchasa. And when was the halacha l'Moshe Misin? I said bisman Beis Hamikdash kayam. That's only when the Beis Hamikdash is still around. Dumi de Nisach Hamayim, similar to Nisach Hamayim, because if you remember, the three halacha l'Moshe Misin were Nisach Hamayim, Arava, and the Beisa, and this Shvius. So the Gemara says, just like Nisach Hamayim is only during the Beis Hamikdash, so too this case of Beisa, of plowing, of that you're allowed to plow young trees but not old trees, that would only be in the Beis Hamikdash time. Avol bizman she'ein Beis Hamikdash kayim loy. But when the Beis Hamikdash is not kayim, you would not have the Isser, and that's what Rab Shimon Gamliel, that's what Rab Gamliel's Bezin came to add, that Rab Gamliel and his Bezin hold like Rabbi Shmuel, and they held that when the Beis Hamikdash is not around, there's no Isser, and since there's no Isser, so then the whole, and this would explain why they were able to uproot Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel, even another reason, because if there's no Isser till Shvius, the whole halacha of Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel was only to watch over, to safeguard halacha midairaisa, that there's an Isser dairaisa of 30 days before Shvius, so you can't do work. But once we're saying that in the times of Beis Hamikdash, there's no Isser dairaisa of that, so therefore there was no need for the Bezdin, the halacha of the Bezdin of Beis Shammai Beis Hillel, and therefore the Bezdin of Rabbi Gamliel mattered work all the way up till Shvius. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very, very much for coming.